So, a few weeks back, when Critical Role's Darrington Press made their State of the Press announcement, it was the first one they'd ever done. They dropped a couple of bombshells, including the fact that there were two upcoming TTRPG projects in the works, rule sets that they had created and were publishing, and we're finally getting the first project from one of those rule sets, which is Candela Obscura, which honestly seems really cool. It kind of looks like a maybe a little bit of a steampunky setting, but the announcement trailer dropped for this recently, and I kind of want to dive into things a little bit more. They're going to be doing an actual play series around this, and this is the cast, so it's pretty cool. But let's just go ahead and take a look at this if you don't remember. If you haven't read the state of the play, I'll drop all the links down in the description below. And yeah, there's lots of chickens going off because it's like 5 o'clock in the morning where I live on our homestead, so I apologize for the noise. Um, this was the announcement that they dropped a little bit back, State of the Press, talking about Queen by Midnight and everything else. But here's the thing, the brand new RPGs. Darrington Press has one, but not two new RPG systems releasing in the new year, or the next year, I should say. And they're previewing both of them this year at Gen Con. So these are actually coming next year, but they're previewing this year. The first is Illuminated Worlds, which is a D6 dice pool system designed for shorter, arc-driven campaigns and packaged in a way that you can use with any type of setting that you can think of. Created by Strass Akamovic and Layla Adelman. The other one is Daggerheart. Now, Daggerheart is the bigger one that everyone is assuming that Critical Role is going to be adopting for their next season of the Critical Role campaign. That's not confirmed, it's a rumor, but Candela Obscura is absolutely taking place in one of these rule sets, specifically the Illuminated Worlds set. So the Illuminated Worlds, we don't know a lot about it other than the fact that it's a D6 system and it's going to be used for these shorter campaigns. So we don't know how long this actual play series is going to be, but given the fact that they've stated it's going to be shorter campaigns, that this rule set is designed for those, I'd say we're going to be seeing something that might be, I don't think it'll be a one-off, but I think it'll be something that's going to be pretty short in arc compared to the Critical Role series, which can go on for, 100 plus episodes for each season. In any case, I love the costumes. Everything looks really cool. There is an announcement here on their page. It says, "Gather your wits, investigators, and step into a world of esoteric mysteries with Candela Obscura, a new tabletop role-playing game using the Illuminated Worlds system, as recently announced in the State of the Press. It is a game of gothic horror. Individuals of varied talents who are brought together under the organization Candela Obscura. You'll pursue strange occurrences and encounter deadly magics." Dangerous magics, I should say, fighting back against a mysterious source of corruption and bleed, which bleed sounds very interesting. It sounds kind of like corrupted magic that's sort of running unchecked. There's more in the video, which we're going to watch here in a minute. Originally created by Taliesin Jaffe and Chris Lockey, with Spencer Stark and Rowan Hall serving as lead designers and writers. Steve Philos served as director and co-producer of the project along Maxwell James and was designed by the aforementioned Strass Akamovic and Layla Adelman. It says the new actual play series will debut on May 25th at 7 p.m. Pacific on Critical Role's Twitch and YouTube channels. And here is the trailer. Now, before we watch the trailer, it says Candela Obscura. It's a narrative system in a fabulous new set. It says there's going to be a new quick start guide and how to play video launching the morning of the first episode on May 25th, which is not too far away. If you're joining us at Gen Con, there'll be full gameplay sessions using the adventure that's going to appear in the quick start guide, and the rule book will be published near the end of this year, giving you all the tools to explore Candela Obscura and tell your own stories. So that's really cool. But what everyone really wants to know is, what is this about? So let's watch the trailer, because it's actually, I watched it a few minutes ago when I was drinking my coffee. I have another cup of coffee, so we're going to sit down together and go through this trailer and watch this um, together here. So let's go ahead and get that opened here in a new tab. Let's go ahead and get that expanded. Hey everyone, Renfail here with the commercial part of the video where I say, hey, if you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. And thanks to all of our supporters here on YouTube and over on Patreon, our highest members, our guild champions, Crazy's Relative, Remy D here on YouTube. And don't forget, if you want to support, it's really easy. You can do the memberships below, the Adventurers Guild, 3 different tiers. There's also the super thanks on any uploaded video or YouTube short that you find. There's also, of course, the super chats and stickers that you could do on any live stream or premiere, and the Patreon page if you want to dive into the fantasy world that I have with my brother and my wife, which is a tabletop game, a point-and-click adventure game, and a fantasy book series. All are great ways to keep this channel going and me going full-time. Thanks again for those of you who support. Let's get back to the video that you're watching now. Expanded. And
welcome.
Hang on, it didn't expand properly. There we go. Make sure they're opening up in 4K, not just 2K. I'll shut up now.
Welcome to the Fairlands, a vibrant and diverse coastal valley found within the northern country of Hale. The year here is 1907, a time that feels very similar to your world at the turn of the century.
I love the costumes that they're showing off in this trailer, by the way, and his presentation is absolutely amazing here. I like the way he's sort of looking off camera the whole time, narrating. But anyway, I digress. Like I said, I'm a big fan of steampunk settings. I'm going to sidetrack for just a minute. There was a Dracula show that came out a few years ago that Chris and I watched, which unfortunately only got one season, but it was set in like a steampunk London, and Dracula was like heading up like the pursuit of electricity and stuff. It was very, very interesting. John Rhys Davies. I can't remember the name of the actor now. Jonathan Rhys Meyers? Is that his name? I always forget. Anyway, I'm sidetracked. Let's continue watching the trailer.
People here are still reeling from the trauma of the last Great War, embracing spiritualism and raucous debauchery in the wake of tragedy. Within the metropolis of New Fair, citizens celebrate the sudden influx of technology and wealth by embracing all manner of vice and revelry. But beneath the city lies the remnants of an ancient alchemical civilization that fell to the misuse of horrifying magic. This same mysterious power still plagues the Fairlands today. Sinister creatures roam dense forests, enigmatic lighthouses illuminate dark waters, and diabolical powers harness arcane artifacts. For as long as this corrupted magical bleed has run rampant through the fair.
So this is one of the things I want to know more about, this magical bleed. How long has this been going on? What's it, it sounds like it's corrupting creatures and things of that nature, which is intriguing. So I want to know more. But I do like the fact that, they have the setting kind of already figured out here where end of the war, people are celebrating life again. And in the wake of that, you also have this sinister undertone, this threat from below.
Fairlands. A secret esoteric order known as Candela Obscura has used their centuries of knowledge to fight back. Each circle of investigators is composed of brave individuals.
So Matt Mercer's back as the game master.
Recruited by Candela Obscura to work together. From criminals to professors.
So Howard Margrove here and Arlo Black. So one of these is a professor, one of these is a criminal.
Mediums to magicians.
One of these is a medium, one of these is a magician. Angie James and Charlotte Eves. So this is the cast of characters.
This team is called to protect the world from the horrors of the unknown.
Apparently she likes to squint a lot, by the way.
From the horrors of the unknown. They are guided through the darkness by an enlightened veteran known as a light keeper. Today, I will be yours, so stay close.
So their version of Game Master is the Light Keeper. Very interesting. The subtitle gentle yet ominous string music. I gotta say, this might be. I think this is very interesting. So a lot of what they've done in the past is traditional high fantasy, and I know people like high fantasy, but I'm one of those people who, because I've also done high fantasy, one of the reasons I'm enjoying Starfinder so much is because it's not high fantasy. It's a chance for me to do something else. It's science fiction and science magic, so to speak. This sounds like a lot of fun. Like, I like the idea of a steampunk gothic setting where we've got alchemy involved and some sort of magic and everything else. So it sounds intriguing. I, for one, will be tuning in to watch this and perhaps reviewing it. We'll see. But yeah, more information in all the links below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll see everybody in the next episode.